The Golden, Silver, Bronze, and Modern Ages of DC Comics. Comic books have evolved through four distinct eras: Golden, Silver, Bronze, and Modern, each reflecting its time's spirit while reshaping our heroes. In this episode, we'll explore DC's transformation from simple wartime tales to complex, universe-spanning sagas. Welcome to the Danger Zone. Heroes born in Hard Times' Golden Age, 1938 to 1956. National Allied Publications, founded by Malcolm Wheeler Nicholson in 1934, burst onto the scene with Action Comics #1 in 1938. Superman's debut not only introduced the world's first major superhero, but also defined the genre. Clear moral lines, awe-inspiring powers, and hope for readers mired in the Great Depression. The next year, Bob Kane and Bill Finger's Batman stalked the shadows of Detective Comics #27, offering a darker counterpoint to Superman's bright optimism. In 1941, William Moulton Marston's Wonder Woman arrived in All-Star Comics #8, blending mythic grandeur with a message of equality and empowerment. Together, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman formed DC's Trinity, a triumvirate that would anchor the universe for decades. Meanwhile, the Justice Society of America assembled in All-Star Comics #3, 1940, pioneering the concept of a superhero team long before the Justice League. The writing was punch-driven and patriotic. Heroes punched Nazis, thwarted spies, and championed the American way. Comics became a morale booster, distributed both at home and overseas to troops hungry for escapism. Artists and writers like Joe Shuster, Jerry Siegel, and Gardner Fox crafted stories that married simple thrills with a palpable sense of global purpose. As World War II wound down and America shifted into peacetime, the Golden Age faded. Yet its legacy endured: larger-than-life icons, serialized storytelling, and the notion that comics could shape cultural conversation. These foundational years laid the groundwork for every subsequent reinvention: science, space, and super teams. Silver Age, 1956 to 1970. By the mid-1950s, the comic industry was facing declining sales and public skepticism over the portrayal of violence. Then, in 1956, Barry Allen's lightning-fast entrance in Showcase #4 sparked a revival. His scientific origin, struck by lightning and doused in chemicals, reflected a growing cultural fascination with science and technology. DC seized the moment to retool its roster. Hal Jordan inherited the Green Lantern ring, Ray Palmer shrank into the Atom, and the Justice League of America debuted in The Brave and the Bold #28, 1960. This new flagship team, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, and Martian Manhunter, embodied cooperative heroism on a grand scale. Driven by the space race and Cold War anxieties, stories shifted toward interplanetary diplomacy, alien invasions, and rogue scientists. Plotlines bristled with ray guns, starships, and cosmic councils. At the same time, artists like Carmine Infantino and Gil Kane polished their pencils for cleaner lines, brighter palettes, and dynamic page layouts that leapt off the newsstand. By 1970, the Silver Age's bright optimism began to wane, but not before it reintroduced readers to the wonder of superheroics, proved the commercial might of team books, and set a high bar for imagination. Its emphasis on science fiction would echo through every era to come. Realism and Rebellion, Bronze Age, 1970 to 1985. The 1970s brought social upheaval. Vietnam, Watergate, and civil rights battles infiltrated everyday life and comics. DC responded by grounding its stories in real-world issues. In 1971's Green Lantern Green Arrow, Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams confronted racism, drug abuse, and urban poverty, marking one of the medium's first explicit social critiques. That same decade, DC introduced Black Lightning, 1977, its first major black superhero, created by Tony Isabella. Jefferson Pierce's dual life as a schoolteacher and caped vigilante spoke directly to urban readers hungry for representation. Elsewhere, Batman shed his campy image and resumed gritty detective work under writers like Steve Englehart and artists like Marshall Rogers. Characters wrestled with moral ambiguity. Superman grappled with ethical dilemmas. Was it right to save one life if a million others hung in the balance? The Teen Titans faced generational rifts as youthful heroes chafed against their mentors' rules. Horror-tinged titles like Swamp Thing, 1972, and House of Mystery wove gothic atmosphere into mainstream continuity. By the mid-1985s, the Bronze Age had blurred the line between heroism and humanity, setting the stage for an even darker, more introspective chapter. Its legacy endures in today's nuanced portrayals of good guys who sometimes make bad choices. Rebirths, retcons, and resurgence. Modern Age, 1985 present. When Crisis on Infinite Earths, 1985 to 86, reset DC's entire multiverse, it signaled a dramatic tonal shift. No longer were stories content with flashy battles. They probed psychology, politics, and the nature of power itself. Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns painted an aging Bruce Wayne in a dystopian Gotham, while Alan Moore's Watchmen deconstructed the very notion of superheroism, arguing that absolute power corrupts absolutely. Following the crisis, DC launched ambitious reboots. John Byrne's streamlined Man of Steel reimagined Superman's origins. George Perez's Wonder Woman reboot reasserted Diana's mythic roots. Legacy characters, Wally West's Flash, Kyle Rayner's Green Lantern, Tim Drake's Robin, stepped into classic roles, exploring questions of identity, inheritance, and evolution. Vertigo, DC's mature reader imprint, flourished with titles like Sandman, Preacher, and Swamp Thing, under Alan Moore. These series pushed narrative boundaries, blending horror, fantasy, and literary prose. Meanwhile, universe-wide relaunches, Flashpoint, The New 52, Rebirth, shook continuity but guaranteed fresh entry points for new audiences. Today's modern age is defined by constant reinvention. Whether through blockbuster film adaptations, digital-first series, or transmedia events, DC continues to refine its icons for each generation. The era proves that change itself, when handled with creativity and respect for legacy, is the ultimate superpower. Conclusion: DC's evolution and enduring legacy. Across 4 ages, DC Comics has mirrored and often challenged its cultural moment, ensuring its heroes remain dynamic reflections of the world and the readers who love them. In conclusion, DC Comics has evolved to stay up with the current state of the world. Thank you for watching. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Goodbye.